Welcome back to Movies TV Man. Of course, you can follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Man, and welcome to Thursday's edition of the MUFC Daily. I believe today is the day, fellow Manchester United fans, the day they announce either an interim manager or a permanent manager. You know what I want. I am desperate for Maurizio Pochettino to be our new full-time manager, but I do not know if that's possible. He was asked after the loss to Manchester City as PSG manager, have you told your players that you're staying? And he goes, they know the situation and I don't want to comment about it anymore. Now, the glass half full version of me wants to see that as a positive, but a lot of people are saying things, and apparently there's this short list of 5 interims. Now, people like James Ducker and Samuel Luckhurst are saying that Manchester United are focused on getting an interim, they're focusing on getting a manager in the summer. Of course, this will be hugely disappointing, but Ralf Rangnick has come into the conversation. That excites me. Apparently, he's the favourite. I really don't want to go into again Peter Schmeichel saying that Steve Bruce would come and do a job for Manchester United. I am not interested. Nobody's interested. Sorry, Steve. United legend. Love you. Peter, greatest goalkeeper I have ever seen. You are the Rocky Balboa of fucking goalkeepers. You fought wars between the sticks. But as a pundit, you talk absolute shit, mate. And I'm sorry about that. But I still love you. So I think today's the day. So there's been a lot of situations. We heard yesterday as well that there'd been a knockback from PSG when they made an approach for a Pochettino. But then there's conflicting reports saying that Manchester United haven't officially made an approach. Listen, nothing was going to happen pre the City Champions League with PSG playing Manchester City. You know, he had to do the press conference, prepare his team. He couldn't just walk out. If it's going to happen, or something's going to come out, it's today. Today we should find out who's either leading us for the rest of the season or who's leading us for the next 2 or 3 seasons. And I'm desperate for Pochettino to be it. There are stumbling blocks even if Poch wants to come. If they insist on these coaches remaining, which shouldn't be a fucking issue, but if it is, right, because they should be gone, people like Pochettino are not going to come. And even someone like Ralf Rangnick is going to find those coaches a problem. But here's the thing. Ollie and those coaches were on the same level. Someone like Ralf or Maurizio aren't going to listen to them. They're just going to get them to hand out the bibs anyway and bring in their own coaches. So it's okay. Whether they stay or go, it's okay. But it's very important we get the right man in place today. Because I think it will be today, tomorrow at the latest. So I'm quite excited. Why am I so sure it's today? Well, I've spoken to some people, people whose names are not on Twitter, by the way, people who are not, because let me tell you something. All these journalists, and even Fabrizio Romano, contradict themselves. I mean, James Ducker says at 1 minute that, you know, Pochettino's the favourite, but then there's been no approach, this, that, and then Manchester United are focused on getting an interim in. You don't know where you fucking are, right? So I don't know who's coming in. Let me be absolutely clear about that. I know who I want. I want Maurizio Pochettino. I think he's the best option out of all the others, yes, including Zidane, because Zidane's a nice, bright, shiny name, but there's no future in him. And I know we've been down this future thing before with Ollie, but Ollie wasn't a good coach. He wasn't a coach. He didn't even coach the team. It's a different situation. This guy plays the kind of football Manchester United want to play, but in a new, modern way. He does like the high press, so we are going to play that way. Managers don't play the 4-4-2 anymore. And I'll tell you why, because there's naivety in 4-4-2. You can easily be got at. Managers like Poch want to attack, but they want to make sure they're tight as well. And so he's a new age manager. So is he Pep Guardiola? Is he Klopp? I don't think he's there yet. I don't think he's as good as them. But here's the thing: we can't get Pep. We can't get Klopp. That's gone. Forget about that. This guy is the next best thing. When he was managing Spurs, he was classed as one of the top managers, up there with Pep. Because I think when he was at Tottenham, I think either Klopp had just come or he hadn't come yet, can't remember. But the point being, this is a very good manager. And now, of all of them available, this is the best thing. Now, a lot of people want Ralf Rangnick, I think that's how you say his name, to come in and be the new director of football. We know that John Murtaugh is our director of football right now. I don't see the club, maybe they should, but I don't see the club binning him. So, how is John Murtaugh doing as a director of football? People are complaining that he wasn't in the process to sack Ollie. Well, no, this was a club decision. And he was never going to be left in charge of that. I'm sure he told them many times, you've got to get rid of him. This is not the right man to manage Manchester United, like we've all been saying. But the decision to appoint Ollie as manager was a Glazer decision, was an Ed Woodward decision. So they wanted to make the decision. They respected Ollie. They liked Ollie. He's an ex-legend of the club. I don't see him as a legend. I see him as a good Manchester United player who goes down in our history and will be remembered well. Not necessarily a legend, but these people, that's how they saw him. So they wanted to deal with his exit and the decision whether he should go or not with respect, and it was a big decision to them. That's why they dealt with it. But John Murtaugh, I mean, he was in charge of a huge Manchester United transfer window. One of the first great transfer windows we've had for many, many years since David Gill has left. That's no accident. So I think John Murtaugh actually is doing a good job. And if you look what he's doing here, he's interviewed 5 or 6 nominees for the Manchester United interim job. I think he's doing this in case he can't get Pochettino. So I think Pochettino has been approached. Now, it all depends on PSG. Will PSG allow him to go? Well, not if they don't have an option. I think what's going to happen today or tomorrow is this. Either Poch will be our new permanent manager, either today or tomorrow it will be announced, or this will be announced, that Pochettino will be our next full-time manager from next summer, and probably, hopefully, Ralf Rangnick will be our temporary interim manager, maybe be given a role at the club, maybe alongside John Murtaugh, so they could make a good team as well, and I'm sure John could learn a lot from Ralf, so that would be pretty cool. But there's been other names bandied about. I can't remember the names. I don't know them so well. I'm not the United stan. I don't know everything about every single figure in football. I'm just a fan of Manchester United. I love United. I can't even name you the whole United squad. Kill me, right? But I love Manchester United. At the end of the day, the best thing to happen is either for Ralf Rangnick to be an interim and for Poch to be announced for the summer, or for Poch to be made permanent. And I believe this will happen in the next couple of days. Now, if we do something ridiculous and make Carrick interim, we're fucked. We're fucked. It's as simple as that. It doesn't matter if I love Michael Carrick as a footballer. I do. He was great at West Ham. He was great at Manchester United. Never put a foot wrong. Very professional. Great player. Did great for us. No question about that. He's not a coach. Well, he's certainly not a coach of Manchester United, where he is, but he shouldn't be. You know, he could probably coach West Ham or something and be quite effective, I'm sure, like David Moyes is doing. But you don't keep on bringing these inexperienced people in like Ollie and Carrick and hoping for the best after a win or two. This is Manchester United. We deserve Pochettino. We deserve Ralf Rangnick. So in the next day or two, things are going to become a little bit more clearer, a lot more clearer. This is about, you know, digging ourselves out of the hole we created by bringing Solskjaer here in the first place. That shouldn't have happened. That was such a naive decision to make, to bring him in, let alone make him permanent. But they were being reactive. They had 3 ready to serve managers, you know, with trophies and everything. It didn't work out, so they thought, let's go United DNA. Didn't work. Wrong person. Now we need to make good decisions because we've wasted a lot of time. Let's be absolutely clear here. Manchester United has got one of the best, biggest squads in the Premier League. And under an elite manager like Poch or Ralf Rangnick or one of the others, we could do something very, very special. So let's cross our fingers here that the right decision is made, because we've got Chelsea on Sunday. Now, the new manager, whoever he is isn't going to have any time to prepare. But this will be where the bounce comes in of a new manager if we get an elite new manager. We didn't get a bounce against Carrick because it's more of the same. He's been there giving out the instructions even when Ollie was there and he was taking training. So the players are tired. You saw how shit we played again. We won 2-0, but we were shit. Our style was shit. Everything we did was shit apart from the goals. End of story. So we need a new broom to sweep clean. We need the best manager we can get. This has been the MUFC Daily. I'm Mick, your host with the most. Just ask your girlfriends and your wives. Like, share, comment, subscribe, smash the notification bell. I think it's above me or wherever it is, so you never miss this perfection. And I'll see you again tomorrow with even more MUFC Daily. And hopefully tomorrow we can talk about the new manager of Manchester United. And just a side note, that big banner of Ollie with a picture of Ollie, they've taken it down. If we won't get in a permanent manager in the next few days, why would they be doing this? See you again soon.